Words had been painted on the front of the plane, right beneath where the captain was sitting. Gabby could see him through the window, flicking switches above his head. "That's easy," she said. "It says, 'Clipper made of the seas.'" They were allowed to board first because Gabby was part of a family. There were other children behind her, but no sign of the boy who had been crying when they walked past the X-ray machine. It was cold in the tunnel. There was a color photograph on the wall of the Statue of Liberty in the Hudson River, the Twin Towers behind them glinting in the sun. A tall stewardess wearing red lipstick and a pretty blue skirt said, "Hi there, love your teddy bear, he's huge." As Gabby walked through the big open door, right behind where the captain was sitting in the cockpit. It was dark now and the sound of the airport was deafening, but as soon as she entered the cabin and started following her father towards her seat, the noise seemed to fade away, as if Gabby had put in her mummy's new earplugs. They were seated towards the front of the plane. The stewardess strapped her in and gave her a set of headphones, explaining that a film would start playing once the plane was airborne over Scotland. "Scotland?" Daddy asked. He sounded surprised. "Weather diversion," the stewardess replied. "Little bumpy tonight over Ireland." That was when she told Gabby that Teddy was so big he was going to have to go in a cupboard until after takeoff. The cupboards were full of cases and handbags. It looked as though he was going to be squashed in there. Gabby felt like crying, but she wanted to seem grown-up in front of the other passengers. The stewardess said she would give her candy to make her feel better. "You know they call candy sweets in London?" Gabby told her. "Is that right?" the stewardess replied, looking sideways at Mummy. "Sweets, huh?" She had a pretty smile and very white teeth. "So does Santa Claus know where you're going to be on Christmas Eve, honey? Have you told him?" "I don't believe in Santa Claus. My friend Billy says it's just my daddy dressed up with a beard." "News to me," said Daddy and secured his seatbelt as the stewardess walked off. She was smiling. Gabby owned a yellow Swatch. She looked at it as the plane took off. It said 6:25. Mummy hated flying, so she always sat between them, Daddy holding her right hand, Gabby holding her left. Mummy closed her eyes as the airplane climbed through the sky. It was a better feeling even than the swings in Battersea Park, the noise and the rattle and the power of the big plane taking them up towards the moon. "Set your watch to New York time, honey," said her father, reaching across and touching her wrist. "We're going home." Beneath them, in the chill of the hold, was the luggage Gabby's parents had checked in at Heathrow a little more than an hour earlier. Clothes, toiletries, Christmas presents. Close by, secured inside a brown Samsonite suitcase loaded onto a feeder flight at Malta Airport that morning, was a timer-activated bomb, constructed with the odorless plastic explosive Semtex, and hidden inside a Toshiba cassette recorder by agents working on behalf of the Libyan government. Gabby and her parents, and the more than 250 souls on board Pan Am 103, would never reach New York City, never return to their families for Christmas. At 7:03, as the aircraft was passing over the small Scottish town of Lockerbie, the bomb exploded. Those sitting towards the front of the plane were killed instantly. Others fell for over 5 miles, some still strapped in their seats, thrown free of the fuselage, yet conscious for up to 3 minutes as they plunged to the ground. The wreckage of the obliterated plane, scattered over an area of 850 square miles, destroyed 21 houses and killed 11 residents of Lockerbie. In an instant, the clipper made of the seas had been transformed into a flight of angels, violated by terror. London, the present day. Chapter 1. It was Martha, of all people, who rang Kite to tell him.